What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be getting into my Week 6 NFL predictions. But first, let's dive into what happened this previous week. Starting up with the Thursday night game, it was a snooze fest, and the Colts barely got the win over the Denver Broncos. 12-9 final. Got that one wrong. It's whatever. The Green Bay Packers game, though, I was not expecting that upset from the Giants. What a win from New York. That was a big game for them, and they got the job done. Impressed with New York, but, yeah, Green Bay just – they have not looked good either. I did pick the Bills to beat the Steelers, so congratulations there for the Bills. I picked the Chargers to beat the Browns. Got that one right. Wait, let's see. I picked the Vikings to beat the Bears. Got that one right. Patriots I picked to beat the Lions, so I got that one right. So now we're getting on a winning streak a bit here. I did pick the Saints to beat the Seahawks in a close matchup there. The Saints got it done for a big one there. I did pick the Dolphins to beat the Jets, but I did say this could be an upset, so I'll take some points there, even though they don't count. But, yeah, I did get that one wrong. I did pick the Tampa Bay Bucks to beat the Falcons. Did pick the Titans to beat the Washington Commanders. I did pick the Jaguars to beat the Texans, but the Texans pulled off a big upset there that not a lot of people anticipated. So congratulations to Houston. I did pick the 49ers to beat Carolina. Got that one right. I did pick Dallas to beat the Rams. And then I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to beat the Cardinals. The Cardinals had a game-tying field goal that they could have made, but just couldn't quite make it. Then I did pick the Ravens to beat the Bengals. Got that one right. And then I picked the Chiefs to beat the Raiders. And the Chiefs handled their business in that previous game. So if you look at these, I ultimately went 12-4. My record right now is 51-28. That was one of my better weeks. As things were getting crazy, I was able to get a good week this week. And 51-28. Not a lot of people could say they are that good through 5 weeks in the NFL season. So I will take it, definitely. So this is our first week with some buys. So we're not going to see a few teams this week. I'm not sure. I think the Titans and the Vikings are two of them, I believe. But anyway, let's get into this. Starting with the Bears hosting the Commanders tonight on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, both these teams have not looked good to start out the year. I do think Justin Fields, he looked a lot better in their previous game. But yeah, Washington got to get some things going. I do think that they're better than what this record says. They've gone up against some bad matchups. I am slightly going to go the Commanders in this game, but I could see this one going either way. I know the Bears are at home, but I just do not have faith in the Bears right now. And I think the Commanders, this is the game for their defense to get things going against a bad Bears offense. So I do think Washington can pull off the upset win right there. Let's move on down here. The San Francisco 49ers travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Niners absolutely obliterated the Panthers last week. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons just lost to the Bucs in a division game to decide who took the lead in that NFC South. Yeah, I do not see this game being any different. Falcons went up against a good defense last week. They're going up against an even better defense this week. And I don't think the Falcons offense is going to be able to get things going against this Niners defense, and Jimmy G will get the job done and get the win. Moving on down here, we have the New England Patriots going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. New England, we obviously saw that big win on last week against the I can't think of their name. The Lions. Sorry, the Lions. Yeah, won 29-0, I believe. That was just a classic Bill Belichick bounce back game for them. Got the job done. Meanwhile, the Browns, coming off a very disappointing loss to the Chargers where they had many opportunities to win it. This is a very interesting game for me. If you look at the New England Patriots, this defense was able to shut out a very good Lions offense who's looked good to this point. I know they didn't play good, but still. The Patriots, I think that they're going to still try and run the ball. I'm not sure if Mac Jones is coming back for this game. That's a big statement too. He has a decent chance, apparently. So I'm just going to assume that's either way. I feel like Bailey Zapp, it's not going to change too much. Bailey Zapp's just been a good game manager quarterback. So I think that Bill Belichick and this Patriots team is going to run the football a lot. This Browns defense hasn't been good to start out the year. I just... Oh, wait. Did Myles Garrett play in their previous game? Oh, he did. Okay, so for some reason, I didn't think Myles Garrett played, so he is back. Man, this is a tough game to predict right here. I know I'm taking a lot of time in this game. Maybe we should circle back on that one. I'm going to think about that one for a bit once we get past all these other 11 a.m. games. So anyway, Green Bay Packers host the New York Jets here. New York Jets coming off a big win over Miami. Won like 40-17. The Packers are coming off a loss to the New York Giants, so they're going to be able to play a Jets team this week. Upset alert again here. Green Bay, man. I don't know what's the problem down there in Green Bay, but they got to get some coaching things decided. Can they play a whole four quarters of football? Because the New York Jets, they're looking good right now. I do think that this Jets defense is going to play good in this game. Down in Lambeau Field, that is tough, though. I do think this Green Bay team can turn things around after a disappointing week. I know it was just 1 week, but they've looked sloppy the past couple weeks. I could very much see an upset, but I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers being at home in this game. I know the Jets have looked really good, but I think that they're going up against a very tough team in a hostile environment. We're going to have to see with the New York Jets. I could very much see that being an upset, though. Let's move on down here. We're going to have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Indy to take on the Colts. Jaguars obviously dominated the Colts in their previous matchup. They're already playing again here, a big game for both these teams. Look, Matt Ryan has looked bad. He has looked horrible for the Colts, and this Colts offense has looked bad. It's just straight up. After that Broncos game. But the Jaguars, they're not out of the hook either. They looked bad against the Texans. So I don't know what to say. I do think that these teams can turn things around. I am going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, though. I know they're on the road in this game. I just feel like in this game, Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to show, I think that Texans game is going to be a little bit of a wake-up call for the Jaguars. And I still have faith in Trevor Lawrence and Peterson. He can still turn things around, I think. So I'm going to go Jaguars here with an upset. I'm not confident in that pick, though. I could very much see the Colts winning. But Matt Ryan, he has looked bad for 5 weeks now, and I can't pick Matt Ryan here. Trevor Lawrence has at least looked good for 3 weeks for the Jaguars. So I am going to go the Jaguars there. Let's move on down here. We're going to have the Vikings traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Vikings, 4-1 to start out the year. Very good start. Dolphins, Teddy Bridgewater, I do believe, is going to be back in this game. I do think that this is with Bridgewater back in. I know he didn't play a lot, but I think he's going to have a good game today against a bad Minnesota defense. I think he's going to be able to pick apart Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Dolphins' defense did not look good in their previous matchup. So a lot of people are counting out Miami in this game, but I do think this Dolphins defense is going to be able to get some better things going a bit more in this game. I know the Vikings offense has been very explosive to start out the year. I am going to go Dolphins, though, at home. I think they can get the win there. All right, let's circle back up here. Patriots, Browns. I think I might have made my decision here. I am going to go Patriots. On the road, I just think that they're the better football team. Two teams, 2-3 records. I just think Patriots are the better football team. Bill Belichick is going to get this team ready, and this defense is going to do a good job against the Browns. And I just think it comes down to that. But that is a very tight battle, and I think that game could go either way right there. So let's move on down here. We're going to have the New Orleans Saints hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals coming off a very disappointing loss to the Ravens, where Justin Tucker just hit a game-winning field goal. It was tough for the Bengals, but you got to move on from that. And then meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints coming off a win over Seattle. The New Orleans Saints defense did not look great against the Seahawks. I know that Seahawks offense has been very good, but it still puts up some concerns. They didn't really look good against the Vikings either. I do think that the Saints. I do think that this Bengals defense is better than Seattle's. So I think this is just a straight up bad matchup for New Orleans. We'll see if their defense can take it up against a poor coach Bengals football team. But yeah, I'm going to have to go Bengals in that one. Moving on down here, we're going to have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to New York to take on the Giants. Wow, the Giants 4-1 to start out the year, coming off their win over the Packers. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. But then, yeah, the Giants are coming off that win. And then the Ravens coming off a good Sunday Night Football win over the why can't I think? Yeah, okay. The Bengals. Sorry, I don't know why I can't think right now. But yeah, so Giants, they have looked very good this year. Very good. There is no way. I cannot see this poor, talent-wise football team be 5-1. But I don't know, man. Brian Dable has done an excellent job here in Baltimore. Here in New York. But they're going up against a very, very good Baltimore offense that I think Lamar Jackson's going to be able to really tear apart. I think this Giants, well, not tear apart. This Giants defense has been pretty solid, but have a good game against the Giants. Meanwhile, on the other side of the football, the Baltimore Ravens defense took a step up in their previous game against the Bengals. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens here. They are the better football team, in my opinion. But yeah, this is another upset alert scenario here for this Giants game. All right, let's move on down here. We're going to have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers have looked absolutely atrocious to start out the year. This coaching just been bad. It's just been bad, honestly, here for Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, in Tampa Bay, getting the win over Atlanta, they're able to play a even worse offense this week and a defense that has not shown anything. The Steelers, they've looked horrible. I just cannot see the Buccaneers losing this one here. Let's move on down here. Carolina takes on the Rams. Rams, they need to win desperately. They've came off 2 straight losses here. Luckily, they're playing a mediocre Carolina defense and a horrible Carolina offense. Yeah, this is a very good bounce-back game for the Rams. I don't see Carolina winning this one. The Panthers it's just not looking good down there in Carolina. All right, a very interesting matchup here. Arizona going to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. This Seahawks defense, it's been horrible, but this offense has been very good. And if the Saints defense can't slow down the Seahawks offense, I don't think the Cardinals defense is going to be able to do it, as I do not believe in that defense unit. So I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game, as we've seen from the Seahawks the past few weeks. On the Arizona side of the football, Kyler Murray, can he play full quarters of football here? DeAndre Hopkins is coming back after this week, I do believe. So he gets that for him. I don't know if he's going to need him, though, in this game anyway, because this Seahawks defense has looked horrible to start out the year. I just think this is going to be a shootout game, and I'm going to go the Seahawks, though, honestly, because I think at home, in front of the 12s, That's gonna be enough. And Kyler Murray and this Arizona team hasn't shown yet that they could put together four full quarters of football. I do believe in the Cardinals. If they can put together four full quarters, they can easily win this game. But I'm gonna go Seattle in this one. Let's move on down here. We're gonna have the Bills going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The best matchup. This should have been a primetime game. They should have flipped this for the Monday night game or the Thursday night game. Any of them, because what a game this should be. What a game. My two best teams. Like, this is no doubt in my mind the two best teams in the National Football League right now. They're playing like it. The Eagles and the Bucks are kind of behind, but yeah, I mean, both these teams, they've just shown that they could do great things. And now they're meeting each other. A rematch of that divisional game. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Man, but it is tough to try and pick here because I do believe in both these teams. Kansas City has the edge. They're at home in this game. But Josh Allen, he is definitely going to be fired up for this one. Coming off a loss to them over the previous weeks, coming off a dominating win over the Steelers. This Bills defense, I know they've hit some injuries in the road, but I do think this is going to be a shootout either way with Patrick Mahomes on the side of the football. And right now, man, I do think the Bills are the better team. But the Chiefs are at home in that hostile environment. It's time for the Bills to get a win over Kansas City, I think. I'm not sure if they got one last year, like in the regular season. I think Kansas City still won. But yeah, it's time for Buffalo, and I think this is it. I think this is the time that they get the win on a very good matchup. Anyway, let's move on to this game, the Sunday night game, another good one here. Dallas Cowboys traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. Cowboys, pass rush, defense, insane. Their offense still has some question marks. I know they're 4-1, but I'd still not sold yet on Cooper Rush. The Philadelphia Eagles, though, they have shown that they can win in all four stages of the game. Play good defense. They can pass rush. They can cover, any of the receivers. They can run the football, and they can pass the football. They could do all four of those at very high levels, which is insane to say because that is really good football for Philly. They're playing really good. And yeah, being at home, I don't think it's going to slow them down. I think that the Cowboys, this pass rush, Philly has a good O-line, so this defense is going to be held down a little bit more than they're used to because they played a lot of bad offensive lines and offenses over the past few weeks. But yeah, I trust the Philadelphia Eagles right now, the way they're playing. I don't think it's going to slow down with that one. So a good game there. And then we're going to this matchup. The Denver Broncos going to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. A big bounce-back game for Russell Wilson and the Broncos. They have a lot of week to prepare for this one. I have faith. I have faith in Denver. I know it's looked horrible to start out the year, but I still have some hope for this team. I still believe in Russell Wilson as a quarterback. So hopefully he can turn things around. But the Chargers, this offense has looked very good to start out the year. They're going up against a solid defense here. Just the way the Broncos have been looking, I just cannot pick the Broncos in this game. But yeah, it's time for Russell Wilson to step it up and get a win for Denver, or at least make this game very close in. Because I do think this is a way better Chargers offense than the Colts offense in the previous week. So they're going to put up a lot of points in this game. And Russell Wilson and this Broncos offense has got to prove that they can keep it up. If they can, that'll get me a little bit more excited about the Broncos. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hopefully you all enjoyed the comment. Comment down below your Week 6 NFL predictions. And anyway, peace.